Productivity without clarity is call it movement without meaning. When we stay busy just to avoid the hard stuff, right? Agents are great at this, right? Activity does not create purpose, right? And the example I'll give you here to make this a little bit more clear is, you get a nice deal under contract, and it feels really good to get in and work on that deal and get everything scheduled, and you feel productive because you're working on that deal. And because you're working on that deal, or maybe dealing with a home inspection or something like that, you put off your prospecting, right? Activity does not equal purpose. Misalignment causes burnout, right? When you're misaligned and you're not doing the things that are essential in your business, like the prospecting, and you're doing the feel-good stuff that doesn't pay you any more money, it's misalignment is what that creates, okay? Because what'll happen is that if you continue to do that for any amount of time, where's your next deal coming from? If you stop doing the things that are essential in your business. So that's trying to tie that back into our business. Some people are exhausted, not because they work hard, but because they're building something that they really don't even believe in. Think about that for a second. If you're overwhelmed and you feel burned out, think to yourself, is this something that I really even believe in, right? It takes a lot more energy to work at something that you don't believe in than to work if you have passion about something, if you have deep conviction about something, that if you have the confidence to say, I can do this, it's a heck of a lot easier and it takes a lot less energy than to look at something as just a constant uphill battle full of negativity that you have to do because you have to do it. I hope that makes sense. But ask yourself what actually matters. What do you value? There's a great one, right? What do you value? What is it that you're really building here? Am I chasing somebody else's definition of success, or is it mine that I believe in? I think a lot of agents, they don't actually lack the information. They lack that alignment, okay, in their belief process. But consistency, when you start doing all these things that you need to be doing in your business, consistency rewrites your identity. Right? Transformation usually doesn't happen in just breakthroughs. It happens through repetition. And we're talking small changes over time. Repeated thought rewires the brain. Identity is fluid. Okay? I want you to remember that. Your habits follow beliefs, like I said in the beginning. And when I say habits, think of it along as taking action, right? Your habits will follow the beliefs, right? And it's those habits that will get you to where you want to go. But you can't get there without the belief first. You're not the exception, and you're not stuck. You're simply one thought away from beginning the process of becoming somebody new, if you're going through a transformation right now.